Speaking of making money and cheating and botting and hacking, whatever, this is sort of tangentially along those lines. Big discussion that happened on Twitter. I saw this 2 days ago, and Asmon made a video about it, I guess, of people talking about selling boosts in World of Warcraft and how much money they have made over the years.
Now we're talking about
Wait, what? What?
The boosting industry.
What? This is a situation. The World of Warcraft.
During his latest stream, Josito Jones admitted to making over $100,000 during BFA for selling WoW carries.
There it is.
Wow. Okay, so BFA 2 years long. Every expansion is about 2 years. He made 100K, so he's making 50K a year. He's making 50K a year selling arena carries. And by the way, listen, I like Josie. You guys know Josito is a friend of the stream. Josito lives in like fucking Guatemala. Guys, where does Josito live? He's living in okay, so Josito lives in Guatemala. Okay, let me ask you a question here. Guatemala median income. The Guatemalan median salary is $1,400 per month. Okay, so 17 times 12. Josito is making like three times more than the median income in Guatemala, in his country, by selling arena boosts. And that's just we're not talking his Twitch income, we're not talking YouTube income, we're not talking Twitch donations or anything like that. We're just talking straight up a boost money, okay? You know what? I'm not going to hate on him. What I would say is that this is on Blizzard to ban him. If they have a problem with this, then they need to ban him. More than 5, 3, 17 times 3. 51. Are you guys having mathematical problems? It said $100,000 over 2 years divided by 2 is 1 year. Okay, so he makes $50,000 a year. And do you understand? Okay, are we good? We're cool. Okay, we're good. Let's go.
He went on to say that he would charge a minimum of $50 an hour and work 14 to 15-hour days, but gave it up to focus on his stream.
Smart.
Oh, okay.
14, 15 hours a day, but I was actually making so much. 14, 15 hours a day, but I was actually making so much money every day.
Yep.
Wow.
On top of that, like adding it, like I had some people that will give me like bonuses, like if you secure me rank 1 this season, I will pay you a certain amount of money.
Yeah, true.
Or get me glad, I will pay you like certain amount of money plus the normal payment per hour.
Yeah, sure.
And also like selling my tunes that got rank 1.
Who's reacting to who? I am reacting to Asmongold, who is reacting to Xaryus, who is reacting to Josito Jones, who is reacting to his Twitch chat.
Or you see me glad, it was just extra money each season, so I was actually making so much money.
Yep.
You know what, please?
Simple add-on manager. That's a cool add-on.
No, that's cool.
You can like sort.
I don't know how to mute it.
Yo, Crowled, thank you, man.
Wow.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
100,000.
Do you guys want to know something? I am in a position where I don't need to sell rank 1 arena carries, even though I could. I could. But I choose not to because I have such a supportive community here on Twitch. And also, by the way, gifted subs are 25% off. Did you know that for the next 5 days until January 2nd, gifted subs are 25% discounted? Did you even have any idea? It is such a financially intelligent decision to gift subs right now because you're saving so much money. That's insane. It's crazy.
$1,000 in just BFA.
Yo, Citrux, that's a prime.
Selling WoW carries.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much.
Like easily over 100K.
Okay.
Jesus.
So, man, we have some fun stuff to talk about today.
Hold on. I need to know. Okay, Guatemala tax brackets. Do they even pay taxes in Guatemala? I don't know. Tax rates in Guatemala. Reject those cookies. Okay. Company tax, capital gains tax. Okay, so I think he's paying 12%. He's paying 12% I think is what he's doing in Guatemala. Yo, I gotta move to Guatemala. It's pretty fucking good, man. That's a real good rate. I pay like 18 or 19% here in the U.S. where I live. Shit, dude. Guatemala owns. It's awesome.
Today, huh, boys? All right, so we just talked about gold buying, and they should ban people for that.
Well, let's see. So when did BFA come out, and when did Shadowlands come out? Yeah, 2018. What day
Rob,
did
dude,
BFA come
you.
out? So it
Thank
was
you, man.
25 months. Yeah, and I think it was like December or something like that for Shadowlands. So about 2 years. Let's just say 2 years. And we'll assume that he did not work for 1 month of those 2 years. Which is probably accurate, because if he's working 15, 14-hour days, he's probably doing this pretty much every single day. And so, yeah, let's assume that he did it for 14 hours. So $14, 14 hours, and then the amount of days, that'd be 2 years. So 730. Yeah, I think 730
We're calculating minimum
days
wage
for 2 years. And so 14 times 730.
How much is he making
so
per hour?
he worked for 10,000 hours. Holy shit.
It's a lot of
now
hours.
We'll look at how much money that would be. And
Dude, I would rather work at McDonald's than carry retards in Arena. Yeah. Yes, I would rather flip hamburgers at McDonald's than carry retards in Arena.
so, like, if you
That's
work
gotta be
for
tough. That's a tough
10,000
job.
hours, so he was basically making
a tough job.
$10 an hour. Like, I mean, it's actually super simple math, right? Because, like, $10 an hour at 10,000 hours, it's $100,000. Actually, yeah, it's super simple math. I don't need another calculator for that. We know that. So, like, it sounds like a lot of money, but that's $10 an hour. Said $50 an hour. He was charging $50 an hour. So this is the thing that a lot of people don't really understand about service work. Whenever you pay a plumber to come to your house and the plumber fixes your problem in 1 hour, do you pay the plumber for the 1 hour or for the 20 years that they learned how to fix the problem in 1 hour? You see what I'm saying? So obviously there is the case of both. It's their job. Yes, both. Right. But what I'm saying is that the amount of time that he was actually on the clock making $50 an hour probably was not the entirety of his time that he was doing things, because you're also soliciting those people. You're also talking to them. You're having conversations with them.
Yep,
You're
that's
figuring
true.
out payment. You're doing all kinds of other stuff involving them. You're playing the game and keeping up
He's
on
got to
it
get a
yourself
secretary.
in order to maintain that competitive edge so people continue paying you. So you say $50 an hour, you're absolutely right. That's an insane amount of money. But what I'm saying is that the actual service portion of doing this is not the majority of the time that he would be spending investing into this business. Does that make sense? He's sales, marketing, and other departments at the same time. Yes, exactly. Because, like, you do the math, right? And if he was making, like, you just do the math here. He made over 100K. Let's say it's, you know, again, it's $10 an hour at 10,000 hours if he's working 14 and 15-hour days. So he would have to be making, what do you call it? He would have been making $500,000, right? That's like literally a 5x multiplier. 50 an hour is not an insane amount of money. That's what I make, and it's just all right. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of, as I said, like...
Depends on where you live. If you live in fucking Guatemala, you're making 50 US bucks an hour, bro, you're doing just fine. You are just fine.
You know, one of Cody's friends who was a lineman was getting paid $98 to be on call. He was sitting at home getting paid $98 a day.
Linemen get fucking paid. Now, it's a pretty dangerous job. You guys know what a lineman is? I'm not talking football. It's the guys that climb up the poles and they hang fiber optic cables, or they hang electricity cables, right? Those guys get fucking paid, but it can be very dangerous. Very dangerous indeed.
Or $98 an hour. So yeah, not insane. Yeah, I'm serious. Like, there's a lot of really, you know, like
hanging fiber optic. I don't know if you're lolling of it. We have a lot of hanging fiber optic in this area at least. Like, especially out in the country, a lot of the time they'll hang fiber optic.
skilled labor like that, you get paid a lot of money, man.
It's all of it.
Out of touch? No, it's not out of touch at all. Like, there's a lot of people that make that much money. Yeah, like, I'm serious. Like, there are.
Now we're talking about arena carries. Let me say this. Pretty much every streamer in the PvP section has sold carries at some point because they were all...
Of course.
Okay, chat, I'm going to come clean here. I used to sell rank 1 arena carries. In fact, almost every rank 1 arena streamer that you know on Twitch, I have sold them a carry. I'm the one that boosted them there. How do you think they got so good? I boosted them to it, and I showed them the ropes. I taught them how to do it. I taught them how to play the game. That was me. And I made, over the years, I've made probably $3 million boosting
Shameless.
rank one arena players, boosting them. Yep.
Thank you. Yep,
It was
true.
me.
Everybody knows it.
Dilly,
Everybody
thank you,
in the
man.
PvP
Thank you,
section,
dude.
and I think a lot of the PvE players have all sold carries.
No doubt.
And
Mythic
do you
Plus
wanna
carries.
know
Yep.
why they sell carries? It's a very simple answer. It's because they want money. And Blizzard doesn't ban them. If Blizzard banned all of the people from competing in the PvP tournaments that sold carries or did things for money, there wouldn't be any tournaments. Can the IRS jail boosters? No way.
If Blizzard started banning every single arena player that was selling carries, you know who would be left to compete in the tournaments? Me. I would be competing in the fucking AW. I'd be competing on the BlizzCon stage. I would be.
They're paying tax. I don't know how a lot of people do this, but I process multiple tax returns from what I believe to be drug dealers. This is the way a lot of drug dealers look at that situation. Okay.
Uh huh.
137 million? Yes, and if I don't pay up, I'll go to jail for tax evasion. I'm crazy enough to take on Batman, but the IRS, no, thank you.
There it is.
Good one.
They'll report it to the IRS. Absolutely, they will report it. Now, sometimes, people like, and the reason why a lot of people are going to report it is because it's traceable money. Like a lot of these people, like they're actually receiving, PayPal donations. They're receiving, wire transfers, things like this. So, like, it's very easy to investigate that and see if there's a discrepancy. Whereas, like, if you're getting paid in cash.
This is actually a crazy idea that I had. Guys, I'm going to set up a P.O. box, and if you guys want to support the stream, you can actually mail money to the P.O. box. You can mail cash. And you're going to mail it in a paper envelope to the P.O. box, and I think that's going to be good for everyone. We should do that.
Then it's
Good
a
idea.
lot easier to scam on your taxes because there's no paper trail.
Teenagers trying to make money at some point and not have jobs.
Yeah.
That's the reality. That's the truth. Now,
Xaryus totally right.
Also, a lot of them or most of them haven't done it in many, many, many years because Blizzard started cracking down. So I'm actually surprised Tozito hasn't been banned.
Well, I don't think that a lot of them started cracking down at all. I actually disagree. I mean, I can't really I don't know if I say I disagree because Xaryus knows it better than me. But I'm very skeptical about that because I think the reality is a lot of them that we all know don't need to do it anymore because they're already successful streamers. So that's the reason why I think a lot of them don't do it. It's not because Blizzard started cracking down on it. It's just simply because of the fact that Blizzard, like, they're already making the money to begin with.
That's the biggest factor. Also, I'm gonna call it out. I'm gonna say it. If you go through the WoW section and you start looking at much smaller rank 1 this, multi-rank 1 that, whatever, you'll start seeing streamers that have like 50 viewers on average and they have like 900 gifted subs. It's like, wait a minute. That's weird. I wonder what's going on. I think I know what's going on.
I'm going to be honest, because Blizzard started cracking down pretty well on this about, I don't know, like 10 years.
Don't people think crypto isn't taxable? Well, like, if you get paid in crypto, like, what happens, right? I don't actually even know how they handle it. Because, like, so, how many of you guys have, like a CPA or an accounting firm do your taxes? Have any of them told you, like, apparently now, if you're actually reporting, like, crypto gains, like, it's like a very, very high chance of getting in trouble. Like, that's what somebody told me. Is it like now they're starting to realize that, and they're starting to see what people are doing, and now it's like almost like a flag. And they were like, oh, thank God you're not buying and selling crypto, because if you were, then this would make things way more complicated. Yeah, I was likely to get an audit probably. Well, I mean, probably not an audit unless you're making like, $8 million or something like that. Not true.
The chance of getting audited is really, really low. Really, really super low.
I've been doing it through a decade. I just used a tax person, no issue. Oh, yeah, I'm sure it doesn't happen, but it's just like, at least from somebody that I talk.
I'm going to tell you my terrible CPA tax experience, and then I'll tell you what I did about it. This was my very first year of streaming. It's like 5 years ago. It was January, February. It was time to do my taxes because tax season in the U.S. is in April. Okay, time to sit down and do my taxes. I had no idea. I've never done my taxes before, like on my own, because it's my first time being self-employed as a streamer. And so I went to H&R Block. H&R Block, for you guys that are not Americans, is, as I found out, I didn't know this prior, H&R Block is like the McDonald's of tax advisors. And so I went in there and I had no idea what to expect. And they matched me with, I'm just going to be honest, this was like a Chinese woman and I couldn't understand a fucking thing she was saying. She was, you know, like she was speaking English, but it was so accent heavy. It was so accented with her Chinese accent. I didn't have any fucking idea what this woman was saying. I was like, huh? What? Huh? I had no fucking idea. And so between, I had a lot of questions I wanted to know about this and know about that. Between not knowing myself what was going on, I had a bunch of questions, and her not being able to really communicate with me because her accent was so thick. It was fucking terrible. Also, there was a point where she was like on her desk doing some math and I was sitting there. I forget why she had to do this, but as I'm watching her punch numbers, she has a spreadsheet open. She has a calculator on her desk. She types in 100 divided by 5, enter. Oh, it's 20. Like she was working on the spreadsheet, looks at the calculator, 100 divided by 5, got the number, puts it in the spreadsheet. And I watched her do that. And I was like, what the fuck? What in the fuck is, you're my tax advisor? You're the one doing, and I said, okay, I'm never doing this again. I am never doing this again. And so from then I have learned to do my taxes. I've done my taxes on my own for 4 or 5 years now. And it's kind of fun. Who here kind of enjoys doing taxes? Of course, I don't enjoy paying them, but like the actual process, hunting for deductions, learning how to min-max your taxes. I have a spreadsheet that I work out of. I go through 12 months of expenses, my debit, my credit, my PayPal, and I'm pulling out expenses and I put them in the spreadsheet, and I've got formulas. I calculate everything, and it's actually it's kind of like a little mini game. The mini game is, you know, how much money can I get away with not paying, pretty much. So I've done that for 5 years, and every year I learn something new. There's another little thing that I can do, and so it's kind of cool. But it was such a bad experience. I said, I'm never doing this again. I'm gonna learn how to do my taxes now. I'm going to learn how to do my taxes. In fact, now I've never thought about this. Now I kind of have an ego. I think I've gotten so good at doing my taxes, I kind of have an ego now, because I'll talk to other people. I'll talk to people that have like a regular 9-to-5 job, maybe a family member or a friend, and it's tax season, and they have like a regular 9-to-5 job, a normal job. And they'll say, oh man, I got to talk to my tax advisor. And I'm thinking you don't, why do you need to talk to a tax advisor? You have a regular 9-to-5 job. You're not self-employed. You don't have any weird fucking financial bullshit. I know you're not doing anything weird. Why, like, bro, just get the basic TurboTax plan. Get like the $5 a month TurboTax plan and just plug your shit in. You don't need to pay someone $600 to do that for you, right? Like it literally, it fucking does itself. You don't need to pay someone for that.
Talk to about it. They said that like doing any sort of like crypto reporting and like showing crypto gains puts your account at a higher risk of getting in trouble.
Years ago. So this seems like common 10 years ago. I'm actually shocked.
Go back.
Who's that? Zenity!
Blizzard started cracking down
Yeah.
pretty well on this. About, I don't know, like 10 years ago. So this seems like common 10 years ago. I'm actually shocked he hasn't been banned.
10 years ago was 2013, almost 2014. Oh my God, time is flying. Dude, it is almost 2024. In 4 days, it is 2024. COVID was 2020. COVID was almost half a decade ago. What in the fuck is going on?
It's because Blizzard doesn't give a shit. That's why. And Blizzard only cares if it makes them look bad. So yeah, other than that, it's whatever. There's a higher chance of an audit. Yeah, it's just that simple.
To be completely transparent, I didn't know people were still doing this. Well, BFA. This was.
I mean, to be fair, BFA was 3 years ago. Yeah, it was 3 years ago we were in Shadowlands, because it was 2020. I remember because we did the Race to World first at like this exact time. So yeah, I actually I think that it's very common even now. I bet there's people that are selling carries. There are probably WoW streamers right now that sell carries. And the reason why is because it's hard to make money as a streamer in a lot of cases. Like, you have people like Xaryus. Xaryus makes a great living. Xaryus is a tremendously successful streamer, and he will continue to be successful, and he's doing great.
Sure.
You know, for me, I'm doing great as well. But like a lot of these people, like if you go down and you look at, let me see if I can show, where's World of Warcraft? No, it's FIFA. I don't want to look at that.
Nope.
Like if you're down here in like the 100s, the 175s, you know, the 68s, right? Like this is, you're not making a lot of money here. Like you're getting by, and hopefully you're getting by. So like look at this guy, right? For example, multi-rank 1 highest whirlwind monk in the world. This guy only has 68 viewers. Like another rank 1 player down here, 61, 64.
I seriously think if you are down here, you should spend way less time streaming and way more time making YouTube videos or TikTok videos. Like streaming is not worth it. If you're streaming, you know, like 10, 15 hours a week, okay, great, that's fine. But you should not be grinding Twitch 50, 60 hours a week if you have 50 viewers. That is not the best way to spend your time.
Or viewers.
It's not.
This guy, 3,100, 59 viewers. These people are going to be the ones that are going to be the most likely to sell carries. It's just logical, isn't it? Because those are the people that are going to need the money. They probably have jobs besides streaming, though. I bet a lot of them don't, actually. Because like if you're being that competitive in the game, you have to invest a tremendous amount of time into it in order to be that good. And if you're investing...
What talent does a streamer have? You know what's curious? Streaming... This might be controversial, maybe, I don't know. Streaming and YouTube is like a very, very free market, capitalistically inclined endeavor. It is actually like it would be hard to find something that is more free market than being a streamer, because the only value you have is the value that you can convince people that you have, right? If you guys all stopped watching me, I would have no value. They're like, I might think I'm entertaining. Doesn't matter what I think. It matters what you think. If I cannot convince you guys that I am entertaining or have value, then I have none. That's the entire job, right? And so you say, what talent does it have? A streamer has the talent of entertaining people. That's the talent, right?
That much time into it, it's hard for you to have a job at the same time. Yeah, rank 1 job. I mean, I'm sure plenty of people that are rank 1 have a job. But like, there's a very big difference between being rank 1 and being the highest rank 1 in the world. And streaming it.
BFA. When did Battle for Azeroth come out? When did BFA launch?
I think it was like, what, August or something like that? In 2018.
Battle for Azeroth.
Yeah.
2018. Okay,
You
so this
knew
was
it.
5 years ago. I mean, when it launched.
Right.
But it was a 2-year expansion. So this was like 5 years ago. Yeah, maybe I'm out of the loop, but I think Blizzard's doing a pretty decent job of banning people doing this, so it's not super common anymore.
I guess not.
I think the reason why it's...
How often do you hear about? Well, I'm not like playing retail, so I don't know. Retail players. How often do you hear about a really good arena player getting banned for selling boosts? I don't hear about it, but I'm also not a part of the retail community, so I don't know. I have never. I don't know.
It's not as common is because less people care. It's not actually because Blizzard stopped doing it. It's because there are less people that are active on the PvP ladder. So there's less reason to do it. There's less people investing into it because there's a lower ceiling. There's a lower target market. Like if your target market, for example, is a $100,000 market cap, that's one thing. But if it's $10 million market cap, which market do you want to get into, right? I mean, obviously there's nuances to that, but in a general sense, you want to be playing in the biggest game possible.
I wonder, what competitive game can you make the most money boosting in? Counter-Strike, World of Warcraft Arena, Mythic Plus, League of Legends, Dota. If you're a fucking god gamer and you want to make money boosting people, what is the best game to do it in? Probably League. You think League? It's probably League is my guess. Valorant also people play. Yeah, true.
Because you can make the most money. Back in MoP, PvP carries were money. Well, they were money. They absolutely were.
Luckily, I don't have to worry about this
Yeah,
problem
no, I mean,
because I
it doesn't.
suck.
I mean, is there anything else to say here? It doesn't surprise me.
Also harder because less people. Yeah.
It was very, very common like 10 years ago, right? Like 10 years ago.
So you're saying now the time to pay for now is the time to pay for a boost while the demand isn't high? I don't know what the pricing is, but I bet that there is probably less demand and also less people providing the service. Like I think it's probably both.
There's going to be less demand for boosting if the game sucks. If the game is popular and everyone fucking loves it, then people are going to want to get boosted because they value the rewards in the game. But if the game is dead and everyone hates it, like no one gives a fuck about being Gladiator in a dead game, right? Now it is cool to be Gladiator in a really cool game, and like people are respecting your accomplishment that you paid for, by the way. But yeah, if the game's dead and it sucks and everyone hates it, then who cares?
Because like the game has shrunk and also the amount of boosters have shrunk as well. Because another big reason is for solo queue. Like solo queue cannibalized a lot of arena. And because solo queue cannibalized a lot of arena, you're going to just natively have less people on the Gladiator ladder. And if there are less people on the Gladiator ladder, that means that it's harder to get 2400 because of rating inflation. It's harder for it to happen.
Blizzard wasn't banning for it. You could, if you were a good player, you could make a lot of money, and like pretty much every single player did that back in the day. That was the norm. And then Blizzard started banning.
Okay, listen, bro. When I look at my chat, and quite literally half of my chat is one guy, stop. Okay? Stop. My chat room is not your private blog. Stop posting 1-word and 3-word posts. Fucking relax. Relax. Stop.
Banning for it, like, I don't know, at least 5 or more years ago. Like, very consistently, by the way. Like, if you did it, you were banned. Trust me, I know all the people that got banned. They were all, like, my rank 1 friends, right? They got banned, all of them. And they stopped playing or stopped selling. So, like, I'm telling you guys, like, just full transparency, everyone did it, everyone got banned, and then pretty much everyone stopped. Now, I'm
It's
sure
super
there's
lame
still
to ban for that. Well, if you're selling services in the game for real money, that's bad. Like, I don't really care that much because you can buy WoW tokens and then you can just buy the services. So, like, I don't really care about it, but of course you're going to ban people for that.
some people doing it, but like 90% of people like stopped. Yeah.
So Xaryus is totally right about saying that almost everybody did this back in the day. Like I remember.
I'm not going to say who. This was probably 2 years ago. This was during the TBC. Yeah, this was during Classic TBC. And I was in a call with a friend of mine who was very, very, I'm not going to say who, a very good arena player. Very good rank 1 arena player. And we were one night looking at the Classic TBC arena ladder. And we were in a video call hanging out. And, or I was like screen sharing, or he was screen sharing or whatever, right? And so, we were scrolling through the pages of the Classic TBC arena ladder, and he was like, he was pointing out the amount of piloting or like account sharing that was going on, and he was saying, this character, it's played by that guy. This character is getting piloted by that guy, and it was insane to me. I mean, maybe he was wrong, but I trust that he knows what he was talking about. That like so many of the Gladiator spots are potentially piloted by the same handful of like 10 people, right? The amount of control that a very small arena demographic has over the entire Gladiator pool, right? It's wild. It's wild. If what he was saying is true. I think it's probably true.
Remember, I was
in fact, he was talking about how there's sort of like a Gladiator Mafia, where if you are not friends or you are not cool with the rank 1 gladiators that are sort of like controlling the entire Gladiator dynamic, that they will like kick you out of the Gladiator spots. They will snipe you out. They will raise the Gladiator bracket cutoff. That they will like force you out if they don't like you. Is pretty much what it sounded like.
No, I was in a Skype call at the time with this other dude. This guy's name was Johnny Boy, right?
Johnny Boy.
And this dude was like the biggest, dumbest fucking idiot that I've ever known. But like whenever he gets into like negotiations with people, he was like a bull in a china shop. Like he would just destroy everything. He would be like, you know what? he'd be like, yeah, man, so we're gonna get you Arena Master, but the thing is with like my PayPal is that like my PayPal doesn't work right now because they had to shut it down because I was making too much money, so because I'm so good at doing these carries. So what I'm gonna need you to do is to just get a $20 bill and put two of them together and then put it in an envelope and mail it to my house, and whenever I
good
get
idea,
your
see?
$40, we're gonna get you that Arena Master, boy.
Damn.
And he would sit there and he'd be fucking getting them going, and he'd be getting people to mail him money. Like literally fucking like, you know, $5 in an envelope mailing him money. And this guy was like the biggest fucking scumbag that you could ever imagine. I was big friends with him for like probably 5 years. Like I would talk to him like every day, like we'd text each other, but like this dude was a fucking rat. He was the big, isn't that a federal crime? Yeah. But like, I mean, it is what it is. And so he would do this shit fucking constantly, man. It was so funny. And in the Cataclysm, whenever I finally do the Cataclysm retrospective story, you will see I even have like different things that, oh my god, bro, like this guy, oh man, he gave his address to people. Yeah, so they could mail him $40. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, of course. Right, because this was like 2010. It was like 2011. People just didn't think about that being a big deal back then. P.O. Box? No, he just sent it to people.
It is true. Like I remember it's 2008, 9, 10. I would add people that I played WoW with on fucking Facebook, where like they could see my parents. Like I would like talk to my parents on my Facebook wall and stuff, and like I would add people that I played World of Warcraft. In fact, there was different online culture, I guess. There was a guy, I'm actually still friends with him. There was a guy on my server named Leninist. Lenin, as like Vladimir Lenin, and he would argue on behalf of communism. He would argue the merits of communism in trade chat all day. This guy never actually played the game. He was a male dwarf rogue, and he was a proponent of communism, and he just argued in trade chat all fucking. This is during Classic Wrath, and he would argue about how great communism is. And he was like famous on our server. This is the Skype days. There were like a ton of different servers, Skype Discords, and so all my friends were like in various Skype Discord servers with him, and he would argue with people about communism in not Discord, in Skype servers. And a lot of my friends, like it's like a high school group of boys, we all play together. We all added him on Facebook, and still to this day, I have this guy on my Facebook friends list, still to this day, over a decade later. And I will tell you, this guy is now a homeless woman who plays the accordion and tries to sell shitty artwork on Facebook. Like, it's wild. It's wild how people turn up, how they go. It's wild, dude. It's crazy.
That's it.
It's crazy.
It's illegal to put money in the mail too. Yeah, but it doesn't matter for him because he just did it.
Yeah.
Like so like it doesn't matter. So like it doesn't matter if it's illegal because like you're not gonna get caught. And even if you do get caught, like what are they really gonna do? Like they're really gonna put him in federal jail for this? Probably not. You know, they're just gonna probably fine him or something like that. And realistically, nothing's gonna happen. So yeah. It's illegal to mail cash. My understanding is that it is illegal to use the postal service in order to do cash transactions through a business. It is not technically illegal to send cash.
Here's how you get away with mailing cash. Okay, you buy a Hallmark card and you say, "Happy birthday, grandson! I love you so much. Love, Grandma." Here's a $20 bill, and that is how you get away with it.
As a gift. But it is to use the Federal Postal Service as a courier service for transactions, for businesses. That's my understanding. I could be wrong, but that's just what I think. Payment for service, yeah, and I could totally be wrong about that. So just UPS, I don't know. I don't know what the rules are. I have no idea. So my point is that, yeah, this was super common back in the day. I knew plenty of people that did this. Xaryus knew plenty of people that would do this. Like, this has just been going on. I think it's still going on. It's just that The
No
people
doubt
that
it
are
is.
doing it probably did get suspended. And now you have a lot of the bigger content creators that don't need to do it anymore because they're already making a lot of money through streaming, etc. But yeah, big surprise. Over $100,000 during one expansion selling WoW arena carries. Get a grandma
Amazing.
send dollar bills to her grandchildren? I think so. And also, like, you have to keep in mind that whenever you're doing something that's against the law, there are a lot. So, like, think about it like this. The speed limit is 30 miles an hour. Are you going to get pulled over if you're doing 32 miles an hour? Assuming it's not like a school zone or something like that? Probably not, right? Because there's just a certain degree of just discretion that's used about prosecuting, or there's tolerance. Yeah, there's tolerance. It's clear what the law is intended for, and that's the purpose. So, like, yeah, no cops go double. Yeah, I mean, a lot of cops do double. Yeah, cops drive super fucking fast.
Oh yeah, okay, okay, yeah. A lot of cops go fast. Yeah, they kind of can get away with it though. I thought the chatter was saying that a lot of cops will let you go double. Absolutely not. And also, like, the degree to which an officer rigidly enforces the speed limit is dependent on how fucked up his day is, right? If that cop, woke up at fucking 3 a.m, his wife was snoring, his kids are freaking out, he didn't get his coffee, he's having a fucked up day, okay, he's going through a divorce, whatever, and he goes to work, and he sees you going 67 and a 65, guess what, motherfucker? You're getting a ticket! You are getting it. Now, normally you can get away with going 75, maybe even 80 in a 65. If you're on the freeway, sure, try it, I don't know. But it depends. You never know.
You'd be surprised. I think in most you're right that there are, like, speed traps, like super fucking strict cops. You're right that that's a thing, but in a general sense, 9 you're fine, 10 you're mine. That's always what I've heard. You can go 39 in a 30 zone, but don't you be going 40 or you're going to get pulled over.
If you're going 39 in a 30, you're fucked. Seriously. There's got to be some, like, ratio, right? But okay. If you're going 9, if the speed limit is 75 on the freeway and you're going 85, you're good. Okay, so you're 10 over there. But if you're going 40 in a 30, you are so fucked. You're so fucked. It's got to be some rate. It's got to be a percentage or something, right? Yeah, it's something.
That's always what I heard growing up.
Yeah.
Post office has their own police force to track down people that misuse postal service too. Well, of course they do, and I bet after September 11th it got even more popular, but or even bigger. But yeah, everybody was used to be doing this. Everybody was selling carries. Everybody was going in on this stuff. It's not a surprise at all, man. Yeah, there we go. And that's really bad advice. Oh, about speeding? Yeah, I don't really care. I mean, that's just something that I heard growing up. Like, if you take the advice of a streamer on how fast to drive your car, I mean, I don't know. That's not really my problem, is it?
True.
Yeah.
True.
And is literally breaking it down. Shut the fuck up, chatter. Yeah, I mean, there it is.
Imagine you're speeding and you get pulled over, and the cop says, "Why are you going so?" He comes up and taps on your window. "Hey, why are you going so fast back there, officer? I was watching the Asmongold stream, and he said that I can go 9 miles over the speed limit. Asmongold told me I can do it. It's all good."
It was not actually advice. Yeah, there we go. You get 3% tolerance. It's legally stated in the UK. I was told that in driving school. Yeah, how many of you guys heard the same thing growing up?
Not me.
Yeah, really bold start to speak on such a matter. Dude's been buying and selling gold and wrath since forever. How do people know he's buying and selling gold?
Really bold of Sarth to speak in the matter. Dude's been selling and buying gold in Wrath forever. Is that true? I have no idea. Damn, Hosey risking it all. Do you think Blizzard is going to ban Hosey for this? I think. Here's the deal. Like, with all of the gold buying, how can I put this? It's such an optics battle, right? I think even though Blizzard should ban people that are selling boosts or buying gold or selling or buying gold, whatever, right? If they do it to a streamer, it's going to blow up in their face. And you can say that that's right or it's wrong, right? Objectively, it is the right thing to ban big streamers if they're buying gold or selling boosts or selling gold or whatever. But if they do it, it's going to fucking blow up and it's going to cause way more drama than they want. And so you can look at the soda poppin' thing, right? Blizzard chose not to ban soda poppin' when he was buying thousands of gold about 2 weeks ago. Instead, they deleted the gold because they know, like if Blizzard bans soda poppin' for 2 weeks or for 3 months, whatever it is, there's going to be Dexerto headlines. It's going to be all over Twitter. It's probably not worth it. Even though people should be banned in cases like that, it's just not worth it for them.
There's 2 types of carries. One where you pay gold to play with really good people. 2, pilot mode, where they actually play your account. The second one is most likely to get you a ban. Yeah, it is. It's not worth the time to stop someone going 2 over. It will get thrown out in court. Yeah, exactly.
Chronix.
I bought BMW from Arena carries back in the day. There you go.
14,
That's
thank
smart.
you.
But yeah, big surprise. World of Warcraft is full of people that are using real-life money to advance their characters. Isn't that fucked up,
True.
guys? I can never believe that. Oh my god.
Oh my god. I'm trying to think. What is the worst thing that I have ever done in World of Warcraft? Like as you guys know, I've been banned from WoW one time for it was like a week, I think, and the year was 2009. Wrath had just come out, and in trade chat I posted a very inappropriate joke. I was like probably 13. I was 13, and I posted a very, very inappropriate joke that was not funny in trade chat, and I was banned for a couple days, maybe 1 week. And since then, it was like 15 years later, 16 years later, no, 17 years later, because I'm 30 years old now, god damn. 17 years, I've got a clean record. I am reformed. And since that day, I've never posted anything bad, in trade chat at least, ever again. Now, I did post a couple bad things in Discord a long time ago, allegedly. At least that's what people have to say. But you know what's crazy? Hold up. So if we it was 2017, dude. I'm almost 7 years distanced from the Discord drama. Oh my god. Chat, can you forgive me for maybe posting bad words in Discord 7 years ago? Yes or no? Can you forgive me for maybe posting bad words in Discord 7 years ago? No, you can't? Okay, well, shit.